Which of these YouTube channels do you think makes me the most money? No, it's not that one, even though it gets me 16 million views each month. It's actually this one that only gets 100,000 views a month. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can build a successful online course just like I did that brings in consistent and predictable income even with a small following. And the best part is I haven't even uploaded to this music channel in over a year and it still generates me a substantial amount of passive income. But it wasn't always like this. I became a YouTuber at the start of 2020, making videos in my garden shed. These were all about music products, guitar pedals, and tutorials on some super nerdy music equipment. And that's a key piece of information. That is a tiny market of the music space, so I didn't have a huge audience, so I wasn't going to get millions of views. And it took me exactly 100 videos to get 1,000 subscribers. This was before YouTube ever paid me a penny for posting content to their platform, as I was not a part of the YouTube Partner Program. But I was generating revenue from these videos long before this point of joining the YouTube Partner Program, and it was a good job that I was, because I only make about 250 to 300 pounds a month off of YouTube AdSense, which is completely unsustainable. It doesn't even pay for my editors, let alone funding a supercar and a Lamborghini. So off of the back of these tutorial videos, the products that I was selling were obviously online courses. A digital product, super easy to make, there's no logistical elements of shipping it, dealing with, physical returns, getting it sent back to you, then the product's all open and damaged, you got to sell it as like B stock or whatever. Really easy stuff. Digital product, huge markup in them. All you need is a website and a PayPal account in a nutshell in order to receive the payments. But initially I did have quite a lot of hesitation to creating and selling this product, and that was due in part to my age. So on my music channel, I have a much older audience. So like sort of 45 to 55-year-olds is the mass majority of the people that watch that. It's basically sort of like doing music in their your spare time, as a hobby or whatever. So me as like a 20-year-old kid with a terrible haircut making these videos in his garden shed with like some really budget camera equipment, it just didn't add up. When you would map it out on paper, you're gonna write, so these adults are going to pay this kid money to learn something from him. That doesn't make sense. And I just thought, who in the right mind is going to buy this product? And I just thought, there's no way I'm going to be able to sell these online courses. Thankfully, people did buy them, otherwise I wouldn't be making this video right now. But because of this huge question mark of doubt in my head, I didn't invest in building my own website initially. So I just went for a nice, easy, free platform to test the waters with the first product. So the first product that I made was an Ableton Live, basics online course. It was like an hour and a half long. And then from there, I went ahead, built out the course, and I uploaded it to Udemy initially. So Udemy is obviously a huge online course platform. It's the online course marketplace, almost like the Amazon of online courses. You go on there, there's loads of stuff you can buy. It's on flash sale. But the great part is for a creator is it's free. It's free to host it on there. Now, I wouldn't advise doing this, and I'll talk about that later on in the video. Don't use Udemy. That was a huge mistake that I made as my initial online course, because the huge problem is, although it's free and it allows you to sort of understand if there's demand for your product, you get absolutely obliterated and destroyed on how much money you actually make. Udemy just cane you on all these add-ons to a point where you're making 3-4% off of a sale. It's atrocious. So to simplify things, the way you generate a sale on Udemy is in two different ways. The first way is with your own unique link that you can share in your video description. So if you uploaded a YouTube video, you can share your own creator link to your online course in the description. You get something like 97% of the course generated sale. So you get 97% commission off your own course sale. Basically, all Udemy take is 3% for the transaction fees, PayPal, Stripe, or whatever they're using to process the payment. Now, the second way that you generate a Udemy sale is obviously on the Udemy marketplace. So this is where somebody goes onto the Udemy website and searches around for a course, and they type in Ben's Ableton course or Ableton online courses or whatever, and then they click and buy from there. Now, when this happens, I think you only get credited with something like 20 or 25% of the actual sale. Now, another popular platform where you can host your courses for free is also Skillshare. Now, you've heard all of this. Every YouTube video is sponsored. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Awful. It's everywhere. It's so every YouTuber, they don't even have courses on there. It's a great online learning platform. Anyway, so Skillshare, to be fair, back in 2020, it was a very vibrant and prosperous platform. It had a good value proposition for what it brought the customer and also the creator, but since then it's dwindled down quite a lot. Now, the cool thing about Skillshare was I could upload my courses onto Udemy, and then I could repurpose them onto Skillshare. So we're getting double dipping from some of our courses on there. And back in the day, the revenue was quite good. You were getting paid around 8p per minute watched. So obviously, you're getting hundreds of thousands of minutes. It's quite good money that you're making there. $20,000, $30,000 or whatever you could generate easily within a year off of Skillshare. But since this point, it's awful. They've changed the pricing structure for how a student signs up now, so they have to pay annually and most people don't want to like throw out like 200-300 quid like in boom one transaction. So they've changed how the pricing's gone. So I've noticed loads of drop off in students, like boom, like a complete downward trend in actual active people using the platform. And then in addition to this, they've now completely obliterated how much creators are getting paid on there. So it's not 8p per minute on average anymore. It's more like 1 to 2. Oh, it's terrible. It's absolutely awful. Like to a point where, you know, it's not even like considered in our revenue anymore for like, oh, Skillshare's coming in this month, great. It's like, yeah, it's just pointless. So they've completely killed the platform, both from the creator perspective, for them actually updating and adding new content onto there, and then that's also due in part had an impact on the actual customers, because they're not keeping an active subscription anymore because people aren't active with new content. So they're just canceling the subscription because people are like, well, there's no new content. It's just like a whirlwind, like going downwards. You see the stats now from the creator dashboard just dwindling downwards. It's crazy. It's finished, absolutely finished. Now then, once you've got the results from your first course, this is where you can make a conscious decision to decide what you actually want to do. So on Udemy, we'd sold around 500 courses, which I think had generated like around $5,000 of actual money I'd received. But obviously I did the math of what I could have made from those sales, and I thought, wow, what a noob, what a rookie error. So at that point, I then decided, right, I need to build my own website to facilitate these online course sales. Now, what I should have done in retrospect was, instead of using your like Udemy and even Skillshare, I should have actually put my course for free on Teachable. So Teachable has a completely free plan that takes it's like a 10% transaction fee. You know, you can host one course, you can have one product, you can send all your students over there, and they take like a 10% transaction fee, which is far better than what Udemy were taking on average. So I could have hosted that first Ableton course for free on Teachable, and then I would have got those 500 students transfer over to there that I got on Udemy, and I would have actually owned the email addresses of them. So I could have obviously remarketed to them and moved them over to my new website. I would have had much more flexibility. Whereas with Udemy, I couldn't contact any of the students without getting banned on there or whatever. So I had no way of telling people about my new online course platform once I finally built it. After I knew that my online courses would work because we had a decent amount of sales, I went ahead and built my website on a platform called Podia. Now, Podia is very cost effective, but I wouldn't recommend using it. I'll tell you why in a minute. This whole video is about like what I did right, what I did wrong, and how I would have sped up the sort of the curve to success, if that makes sense. So I first built my website on Podia, really cost-effective solution. You know, you're looking around like $300-400 a year to host your online courses, and you have unlimited courses, unlimited students, and a bunch of cool features where obviously you can get email addresses, and obviously you do all the transactions with Stripe and PayPal. It works great, and the website build is super simple. You can build a decent-looking website, get it up and running within a day or so, get your courses on there, and you are sorted. And then from there, you just start sending traffic over to your Podia website. But the problem was with Podia is almost the back end of it. There wasn't enough data for me to make an informed decision on how to level up the business down the line. So initially, it was a great solution. I was like, great, we're making loads of money now because people are coming over to my website direct. But as it started to get bigger and bigger, and I got more and more products, I think we've got something like 23 courses or something like that now, I could no longer really track what revenue was being generated by which courses, and then which needed promoted, which didn't, which were failures, so we didn't make another one of those again. There was none of that in the back end of Podia, and I had to manually do it with like spreadsheets, CSVs, QuickBooks, all that type of stuff, which is very time consuming. Whereas the alternatives that we use today do this all automatically for you. In addition to this, they pull you in with like unlimited students, unlimited courses. And in reality, you have to sit there and think, well, how can I create unlimited courses? I'm just one dude with his YouTube studios. Yeah, I've got video editors. Yeah, I've got whatever. But like, you can never make unlimited courses, so that doesn't matter anyways. And then in addition to that, like unlimited students, like who the hell wants unlimited students? It's very hard from an admin perspective, and software like Podia doesn't have the facility to have unlimited students. It can't accommodate it. So for example, in Podia, when somebody buys a course and then they need refunded, if they paid with PayPal, you cannot refund them within Podia. You can't just click refund and then it sends them the money. You have to go all the way into PayPal Business, track what email address they used, track what name they used, blah, 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 manually refund them within your PayPal Business, then go back into Podia, revoke access on Podia, and then send them an email saying, all sorted, mate, great. Whereas if they pay with a credit card, you can just click refund, purchase directly within Podia. It's just PayPal. They can't do it with PayPal. So obviously a lot of people use PayPal because they don't trust your website. Because like, I'm not giving this kid my credit card details, so I'll use PayPal. And obviously that's how they do it. So it has unlimited students, but like it has an unlimited amount of sapping on your time as well. You can't manage how that works. So after about a year, last like a year and a half, it ran its course completely. We don't use Podia anymore. It's completely taken down. And we now use a platform called Kajabi. So Kajabi is a powerful all-in-one business platform for creating online courses, membership sites, digital product, and it provides a user-friendly interface that allows you to create and customize your own website, add animations, do loads of advanced cool stuff, host webinars, sell courses, and also manage your entire business all in one place. With Kajabi, you can build a beautiful website without any coding or technical skills, and you can choose from a variety of templates and customize them to match your brand. It also offers a range of marketing tools to help promote your products, which is super important, including email marketing, landing pages, and sales funnels. But by far, one of my favorite features of Kajabi are the sales analytics. So within your dashboard, you basically have YouTube analytics in there. You can see how many people have viewed your website, what pages are they viewing, and also what's the conversion rate on particular products. And then again, you can see like your refunds and all of your sales. Because again, in Podia, you couldn't see your refunds. So even after you refunded someone, after going through that convoluted system of going over to PayPal, blah, 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 emailing them, it wouldn't then discount the refund off of your total revenue generated. So you'd sit there and it'd be like, you've sold £100,000 worth of courses, but you might have actually sold £83,000 worth because you might have refunded like 20 grand's worth. You had no idea. Like, it would never discount it from your total revenue generated on the site. It was super annoying. Whereas on Kajabi, you can see, how much revenue you generate daily, from which courses those were generated from, and also what was the refund rate on that day. So did you lose like $300 that day on refunds or whatever, whatever's happening. So you can have a real clear perspective of how healthy your business is, what is its all-time real revenue, because it discounts the refunds, and you can just assess it and improve it. I'm not even kidding. When we moved over to Kajabi, which was the start of this year, we'd used it for some other stuff in the past, but when we moved the music website over to Kajabi, we literally doubled our revenue within 1 month. We doubled it. Yes, it's more expensive, Kajabi, but it was worth it. Literally in 1 month, boom, nailed it. So this is the picture so far. We started on Udemy, we then went over to Podia, used that for 12 months, and now we're on Kajabi, because we're at a perspective where we're now at the point in the journey where we need to scale the business. So Podia was great for just getting the initial money in, growing some of the YouTube channels, getting the content out there, and just surviving, basically. Whereas now Kajabi is allowing us to become a proper business. So the Kajabi plan that I have is the growth plan, which is around $399 a month if you're paying monthly. And within there, you can host 3 websites within 1 subscription. This is a key piece of information because of the way my business is structured, we have multiple different YouTube channels. So we've got the gaming channel, we've got the music channel, we've got the media channel, and we've got the main channel as well. And all of these channels have different age groups and demographics. So we've got Gen Zs that watch the gaming and tech channel, we've got millennials watching this media channel, and then we have millennials and older watching the music channel. So you can't just have one website that suits all. You need separate websites and separate experiences in order to appeal to each of those age groups. And the issue with Podia and all of the other online course hosting platforms, which will be the main reason why you'll have to switch away from them, is they require you to have multiple different accounts. So if you have one Podia website under one email address and you need a second one, you then need to go ahead and buy another Podia website under a different email address and pay again on a separate credit card. Well, it's a nightmare, absolute nightmare. Whereas with Kajabi, on one email address, one subscription, you can have all of these different sites. You can do whatever you want with them. So you could even just set up a website for one particular course, like a particular high-ticket course. It's all kitted out to sell. It's insane, absolutely crazy. So we have these multiple websites, and we're not necessarily selling products on all of them. We don't have any products on the tech and stuff. We've got like a wallpaper pack that we sell through Shopify. But we use those websites for marketing. So we can use all of the back-end tools in Kajabi that none of the other online course platforms have. So all of the email marketing stuff, all of the landing pages, the collection of email addresses and so on. So when the time is right, when that young Gen Z audience grow up, maybe in 2 years time, they get a little bit older and they're not necessarily as bothered about spending 400 quid on the latest Xbox. They'd rather purchase a course on how to make money so they can buy a fancy car, or whatever, or go to the gym and get ripped or whatever. We can finally accommodate that within their customer journey because we've started marketing to them a few years ago and using the Kajabi tools in order to do that, whilst also using another Kajabi website within that same subscription to sell online courses on the music site, the media site, whatever, to the audience that's actually ready for it, the ones that have got money, they're at a point in their life with disposable income where they can purchase online courses and enjoy them. So that's the amazing thing about Kajabi, is the multiple websites and all of the back-end tools that you can use. That means that more expensive monthly subscription is absolutely cheaper. It's cheaper. If we were to have multiple Podia websites or multiple websites with Wix and Squarespace, plus also tools such as ClickFunnels and MailChimp in order to do all of the marketing that we need to do to those hundreds of thousands of subscribers that we have on all of those channels, it would cost a fortune, an absolute fortune, for all of those like 3-4 websites that we need to set up, whereas Kajabi just makes it a bargain. You can just do one subscription and do it all within there. So this offers unlimited scalability, and right now you'll be thinking, I'm only going to make one course, Ben. But one course, once you've nailed it, it leads to like 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 courses and loads of other businesses that you can do. And having yourself set up from the off on Kajabi, even if it's just that first tier with a few courses that you can host on there, it means you're set up and done. The worst part about moving from Podia was having to transfer all the students. We had all these students, that we had thousands of students that we had to transfer over, make sure all of their purchases were transferred over correctly. Some people had bought multiple courses, so you'd have to check they got allocated the new course. Then you'd have to email everybody and say, oh, you're set up. But it took a whole week of my life to transfer all our students over from Podia to our new website. And if we'd have just hosted it with Kajabi from the start, I wouldn't have had to do that. And also, I think we would have been making more money way sooner, and I would have been way more focused from the off because of all of the analytics. If you want to check Kajabi out for yourself and understand everything that it can do, I can get you an extended 30-day free trial. This is 16 extra days that you get completely for free if you use my link in the video description. This will give you loads of time just to explore everything it can do, get the most out of it, and sort of get your grand plan for how you're going to dominate when selling your courses. So if you use that link down below in the video description, you can grab yourself this extended 30-day free trial, which will give you loads of time to find out if this is right for you. Hopefully this has given you some inspiration on understanding how you can effectively monetize your social media following, whether it's small or whether it's super large, just by hosting some of your own digital products and online courses. And if you want to learn more about this entire process and how you can do it, you should check out this video next.